Good night, everyone. Welcome to our podcast. Tonight, we will be touching on the reading assessments and their benefits. We have, firstly, Miss Kelda, who will be giving her critical viewpoints of reading assessments and its role in Guyanese schools. Secondly, Miss Alicia, who will be elaborating on the complete diagnostic assessment booklet from our chosen class. Sir Antonio, who will be providing us with specimens of the literacy assessment with examples from the reading standard and benchmark document. And finally, Ms. Vanika, who will be describing how the outcome of the assessment can be linked to students or classroom profiling.
Guys, my name is Kelly Gittens and I'll be sharing with you literacy assessment. Now you may wonder what literacy assessment is all about. Literacy assessment refers to the process of evaluating and measuring individuals' literacy skills and abilities. It involves assessing various aspects of reading, writing, listening, and speaking to determine a person's level of literacy proficiency. Literacy assessments are used in educational settings to identify strengths and weaknesses, inform instruction, monitor progress, and make data driven decisions. So, my thought about literacy assessment is where the teacher or the instructor gets an idea where the student or pupils are at in their literacy aspect. So, I will go ahead and touch on three reading assessment we can use to determine where the individual or pupils or students are at. We can use decoding, comprehension, and fluency. Now, decoding is the ability to recognize and pronounce words accurately. It involves understanding letter-sound relationships and applying phonics to read unfamiliar words. Assessment in this area often involves tasks such as reading aloud, identifying sight words, and decoding nonsense words. Then we have comprehension. Comprehension assess a person's understanding of what they read. It involves the ability to extract meaning from text, make references, summarize information, analyze the author's purpose and perspective. This allows the student to develop critical thinking, answering questions, and reading passages. Now, fluency. Fluency mostly focuses on the speed, accuracy, expression in which a person reads. It involves reading with appropriate phrasing, notation, and rhyme. This assessment include time reading tasks, tasks in reading rate, accuracy, and paucity.
Now let us look at diagnostic assignment. First, let us define diagnostic assignment. Diagnostic assignment is a form of assignment that is used to identify basic strength and weakness in a pupil, knowledge or skill. This helps teachers to gain insight into the particular area in which pupil needs support and instruction to make academic process. So the Ministry of Education give a diagnostic assignment booklet so that teachers can analyze the students. In this booklet, my team members have analyzed a student from St. Ambrose Primary School, Marian Grimes. We have analyze her strength point in this booklet and her weak points along with her approaching points. This pupil is from grade 6. After examining her reading and writing skills, we have we have noticed in the passage she have a great form of ID. When it comes to her organization and her convention, she is approaching there, but she have a great language use. This child has, when starting the term, she have improved a lot. She have expand her vocabulary and have a more great understanding.
Good night, everyone. I will be looking at the specimens of the literacy assessment, and I will be using the reading standard and benchmark documents as a guide. I will be focusing on three main standards and benchmarks. These are Standard 1, Benchmark 4, Standard 1, Benchmark 20, and Standard 2, Benchmark 12. So, firstly, let's look at Standard 1, Benchmark 4. This states supplements more appropriate words during speech. Now, this benchmark main goal is to help expand a student vocabulary. In order to do so, you can include comprehension exercises so that they can learn new words and lots of reading passages. The second benchmark is Standard 1, Benchmark 20, and this states response to questions expressed in Standard English. This benchmark's main target is on the critical thinking of the students. So again, lots of comprehension exercises can be used. And our final benchmark is Standard 2, Benchmark 12. Reads basic grade level sight words in context and in isolation. This benchmark targets the integrity of the student. Its main focus is to help the students become strong readers not only in front of a teacher but when they're alone. Therefore, lots of phonetic exercises can be done, such as vowel songs practice and consonant songs drills.
This is Miss Ashley Francis, and I would be focusing on the critical view of the teacher's action plan or remedial plan. From my point of view, a teacher's action plan or remedial plan is basically a proposed strategy or course of action to be taken to improve an area of weakness. By observing the grade 6 class, it was noticed that the pupils were unable to read for fluency and understanding and decoding and pronouncing words. So the teacher came up with a remedial plan that will help the pupils to improve in this area by modeling and guide fluent reading, teaching of comprehension skills, for example, recalling, making inferences, etc. This way, the grade 6 children can be able to read fluently, understand, and decode as well as pronounce words better or improve in this area.
Good night, guys. I will be describing how the outcome of the three literacy assessments mentioned by Ms. Keller can be linked to classroom or student profiling. So, first of all, what is classroom proofing or student profiling? This is the process of collecting and analyzing data and information about a specific classroom. its participating students, and the overall learning context. In order to link these assessments to classroom profiling, we'll have to follow several steps. These include 1. Collecting data. This can be done in the form of standardized tests, reading fluency assessments, comprehension tests, composition writing, and more. 2. Analyzing individual performance. This is done by examining the assessment result for each student. Identify their strength and weakness in reading skills, such as decoding, comprehension, vocabulary, and fluency. 3. Putting measures in place to help with their weakness. Some measures, like grouping students based on their assessment results, evaluating the teaching strategies, and assessing the classroom environment. This allows teachers to provide targeted instruction and support to students with similar needs. Additionally, evaluating teaching strategies help identify effective method for addressing weakness and adjusting instructional approaches to the student. 4. Then finally is recording keeping and feedback. This is where we keep detailed records of the assessments to track long-term progress. Feedback should be given to the student and their parents to share progress, challenges, and success. Thank you.
Okay, guys, that's all for tonight's podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, and see you guys next time.